He's having a fight and this nigga is trolling. Nigga, this like it's like celebrating before losing. Oh shit. By Jamari. Let's go. I can't believe this shit. Still on the mic.
From idea to submission, empower students to do their best work with Grammarly's comprehensive AI writing assistant.
So at this point, it has been months since we last talked about this upcoming fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. Some of you may remember that this was supposed to go down back in May of this year, but got postponed after Mike had a medical emergency while flying back home.
Ulcer, yeah.
Oh, that's not that big. I mean, it's a big deal. Oh, you can get past it.
Yeah, I got past it, thank God.
Well, now we are only a couple of days removed from the fight, and we've seen what Mike has to offer, we've seen what Jake is doing, and it's all left to people with mixed opinions.
Jake is gonna pick. Oh shit! I forgot to watch this shit. Oh, what type do you even drink? What type of alcohol or rum?
Some people think Mike is going to go in there and turn the clock.
Jake Paul probably pay him so much. No, Logan Paul. Jake just does whatever. Oh my God! Don't beat up my brother. Oh, I'll pay you $1 million. Mike just says, "Oh sure, I'm not doing that."
Clock back to 1985 and knock out the Disney star once and for all.
I would take the pro athlete over the hardworking.
Did he lose to Tommy Fury? Like, nigga, what the fuck is he on? Nigga think, oh, I lost to the mini boss. I need to go fight the final boss. What world does that make sense?
Big tough guy, YouTuber, businessman, who's worked his tail off to be I think a legitimate boxer.
While others think he's just too old and might get embarrassed. I mean, some people are predicting that this is going to be a disaster. And then you have a whole other crowd who thinks this entire thing is about as real as WWE wrestling.
But I have a hard time believing that fight's not going to be scripted in some way or another. I think that they sign a contract, right? I think that in the contract it says that Mike Tyson can't knock out Jake Paul, and that like Jake has to win in a certain round.
Netflix actually released this series a couple of weeks ago that's kind of like a behind the scenes in anticipation for the fight. And apparently this show is top 10 in 80 different countries according to Jake Paul. Here's a little clip from that series.
Final thing, I presume that Mike Tyson is watching this right now. Is there anything you want to say to him?
Mike, I love you, but this is my sport now. It's an honor to get in the ring with you. I'm so honored you're a legend, but I'm gonna take your throne, brother.
It's just so funny that Jake says this is my sport now, when the only time he ever fought a legitimate boxer within 10 years of his age range, he pretty much got dog walked.
Jake, you were just talking about your career and how it's grown, and you've said in the past that you want to be taken seriously as a boxer. So, if that is your goal, when can we expect you to start fighting legitimate contending fighters in your given weight class?
Oh, I think you're the same dumbass from the other venue.
I am that same dumbass.
I've got your next opponent here, Jake. This guy's got 2 hips, 2 new hips.
There's a fundamental difference between me and Jake. He's a manufactured killer. Television and paper made him a killer. He's manufactured. I'm a natural born killer.
Damn.
That's the difference.
Tell me that Mike ain't out here looking like an angry-ass shark. And let's just hope and pray on Friday night that this man is smelling some blood in the water. Can you imagine how great this scene would be, how viral the video would go, if Mike can actually land that knockout punch?
This fight is over. Tyson.
Yo, just watch Mike Tyson knock him out in first round. He's probably not gonna do it. He's gonna drag it on for probably like, you know what Floyd Mayweather did, like back then when he was fighting Jake Paul. He did knock Jake Paul out. Logan Paul. I made a mistake. He did knock Logan Paul out, and he pushed his head up, make it look like he didn't get knocked. So it's probably gonna be the same type of.
Since gunned down yet another opponent, a knockout victory.
I mean, honestly, at this point, especially after the medical emergency, this whole thing has kind of become a lose-lose for Jake. Because if he wins, he beat up.
He beat up an old guy who's not a fighter anymore. Someone who's retired. He beat someone who's retired out. If he does lose, how the fuck do you lose to an old guy? That's what people are gonna clown him for. Oh, they're not even wrong. That's the thing.
Up this 60-year-old man, and if he loses, he got his ass whooped by someone who's about 30 years out of his prime. Netflix would also release this short trailer in anticipation for the fight.
There's never been a night this big. This is Jake Paul.
This may be it!
Versus Mike Tyson. This is the fight the world's been waiting for.
I mean, what do you guys think? Does this whole fight set a bad precedent for boxing? Should this just be considered more in the realm of entertainment? I read somewhere that Jake is actually getting paid twice as much as Mike, which is just insane to me, considering that Mike is definitely the main draw. Speaking of Mike, here's how he was apparently looking in his last sparring session today. And as you guys can see, Mike looks about as ready to go as he can be. I mean, obviously, the guy is a far
But he still looks scary, bro. He looks like nigga just walked out of jail and shit. Shit.
far cry from his prime, but do I still think that this version of him could fuck up about 98% of people out there? There? Absolutely. I mean, you know this man still has to have the power. Now, the stamina and the speed, that might be a different question. And while he might not still be doing those intense neck workouts that he became so infamous for, this man is obviously still putting in the work when it comes to his training.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3, 4, 5.
And it's truly my belief that Mike is taking this fight as serious as he can. Listen, I'll take any sort of knockout. If Mike has to put him down with the body shot, I'm totally cool with that.
What's good for today?
Yeah.
I truly believe.
You sure?
Yeah, me
yes.
too.
You fucking sure?
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes. You sure?
Yes.
Fuck with me, it's all right?
Yes. Let's do this.
You did great.
We're done.
You sure?
Yes.
I mean, if one thing is true, I think that training like this and anticipating a big fight in this way has definitely woken up some monsters within Mike. And Jake is lucky that he's so old, because I think if this
Bro, it's bringing out the niggas' ghosts, bro. The niggas who were talking in the niggas' head is bringing it back, bro. Challenge the wrong. some people are doing bets right now, bro. Betting on who's gonna win. Most people are probably betting on Jake Paul. Because he's probably gonna break the
His fight was around 10 years ago. He might have literally killed Jake Paul in that ring, sent him home in the body bag. And then Mike has been dropping some daily motivation on the timeline.
I've been doing this for years. Teenagers, so it's just a form of anticipation.
4, 5, 6, 7.
And that's what I mean. Mike is like re-entering that realm. He's re-entering that zone. This might be his one final chance to show what he can really do even at his pretty old age.
It never goes away, man. How old you are.
You think you'd be fighting again at age 57?
Millions of years before my bloodline existed.
Damn, he said he was made for this fight.
This is just a new era of Mike Tyson.
Please, boxing gods, let him fuck Jake Paul up. Mike would actually link up with one of his old mentors during his training camp.
This is the strongest I've ever seen you.
Yeah?
Yeah, the strongest I've ever, and I know you since you're 13. I think this impressed the shit out of me. Nothing impresses me. You know, I'm gonna tell you the truth, I don't lie. I was worried about him traveling here, traveling there, he's not getting, I can sleep now at night.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Just one time for the old guys, Mike. Just fuck Jake up.
That was the best we've seen him yet.
Bro. For people niggas back then. Bro, he's about to be cooking them, bro. Look, he's getting the taste of the fucking big fake. Pause. Big fake.
And obviously, Mike looks really good here, but like we've discussed before, it's always in kind of
Is that all you do at gym? Or just like...
the short burst, the visual effects, the cuts, the edits. It can all make it look a little faster than it actually is, so let's see how he looked at his open workout.
He pushes it forward. He's doing his thing. Hold on, D1, talk to me. In Catskill under Customato, he was a prodigy of Customato as well. The last Roy.
I mean, obviously he's not going to be going 100% here, but he looks good. Do I think he's going to be able to last a full fight? We're going to have to see. And here's how Jake looked at his open workout. I guess he's running around calling himself El Gallo now, so he has a taxidermy.
Chicken on his head, because he's about to be... Oh, you know what he means? You got a chicken on his head, because he's about to be running around the whole ring. That's all he's going to be doing. He's not mocking anyone, he's mocking himself. Like, if you think about it, he's basically telling the world what he is going to be doing. Running. Running. For who's gonna want to... Yo, there's no... Running till Mike Tyson gets tired, then...
Chicken up on his head. And here I think he's just doing kind of the regular Jake Paul thing, pretty much just trolling. You don't really get much out of this footage because he really doesn't give a shit. I mean, this is almost less than going through the motions. Here's what Mike had to say about his family watching him fight Jake.
Outside of the fans watching and all the eyes on you, I'm sure the most important ones are your family.
To my children, I'm nobody. But that night, they're going to find out their father's very special.
Oh, shit. What do you mean by special? Mentally or just like... Oh, it's all good.
So he's saying my kids never really saw me.
Why am I pausing this shit every single time, bro?
Like that. They know me as the dad, they know me as this guy who used to fight, you know, they've seen all the VHS tapes. But now I'm about to give them some shit that they can watch on Blu-ray. Put his ass on a Disney Plus poster.
Oh shit, he should look-y do that. After he boxes his shit, yo, post that shit online. Relax, put that in your wall.
Biggest moment in boxing history when he puts Mike Tyson down on the canvas.
The biggest moment in all of boxing history when I put this man to sleep.
He dreams a lot. This is not going to come true, young man.
I'm sorry, but the little dangling boxing earring is hilarious. Now, some people have even been alleging that Jake is on steroids due to the complexion of his face. During their face-off, he would also gift Mike Tyson a pigeon. I think this is an allusion to Mike Tyson's Joker origin story, where as a kid he had this pet pigeon, and a bully came up and ripped its head off and threw it in his face.
It's first smack. You want this? And he ripped the bird's head off, hit me with the bird, threw blood on me, but I just fought, and it's not like I was sensational. I was just flaring away, and I guess I hit him more than he hit me, so I won, I guess.
I got you a gift, Mike.
You want no pigeon?
But I wanted you to have this.
Thank you, Jake. Looks like a low budget pedigree. I'll feed him to my falcon.
Oh.
So that's food for your falcon?
Yeah.
And during their face-off, it was pretty obvious that Jake knew better than to troll Mike Tyson to his face, the way he did Tyron Woodley and Ben Askren.
Final word? Can I grip them cheeks after this?
So I thought that this was crazy as well. At the fight, there's going to be a $2 million owner's package. It features this specially made ringside suite. Other extras include a pre-fight locker visit with...
So it's basically like the WWE, no? I think that's what it is, basically. I don't even know the way this nigga...
Paul and Tyson, a private security detail, and standing on stage during the weigh-in. Yeah, for 2 million smackaroos, I think that I'll pass. I mean, you're sitting right there, but you're still watching the thing on TV. It really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I mean, I gotta say, if somebody actually pays $2 million to sit here, it might take the new record for the biggest waste of money I've ever seen. These are apparently the official rules of the fight. Knockouts will be permitted. This will be sanctioned as a pro bout, meaning it will go on both of their records. The fight consists of 8 2-minute rounds. Yeah, I think that maybe Mike's got that. I don't know if I want to see him go into the 8th round. And they are going to be wearing 14-ounce gloves and obviously no headgear. I don't know, like I already said, I do kind of just see this entire situation as a lose-lose for Jake at this point. I want to know what y'all predict is going to happen in this fight down below. I'm obviously hoping that Mike beats the brakes off of Jake, but we're going to have to wait and see. For now,
Is winning that, though. For sure, call all dibs on them.
I do want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing.
Why the fuck did I make this, like, fucking shit? I don't know. Appreciate it, dog. Jake Paul is low-key goof. He's a goof. Oh, why did he add the death battles thing on that? I just took it in. See?
15.
There it is.
In the fucking history books.
Baby versus a hydrogen bomb. Now this was one of the more questionable face-offs I've ever seen. You know, the point would be like a coughing baby versus a hydrogen bomb. Now this was one of the more questionable face-offs I've ever seen. You know, this is the weird shit that
shit gets you fucking sued in what's it called? Isn't it Korea?